morning. Welcome to practice. And please practice according to conditions. There's always modifications, but also variations for those who are more advanced. So please practice according to your abilities and comfort level. So let's begin. Thank you for joining. Just start seated tall, supremely still. Close the eyes and bring the attention inward. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om. 3 times. Imagine you are everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. Om Namah Shivaya. I bow to the inner light, calm response. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we acquire a strong desire for liberation from pain and suffering, and may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. Let's begin. Let's come to standing. So we'll begin with the mantra for purification 3 times. If you happen to know it, you can chant along. If you don't know it, don't worry. Just think about the effects of purifying. The purification of the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within, and then you derive all the benefits when you keep that intention strongly ingrained. Try to do each one in a single breath. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smrit Padrikaksham Sabahya Bhyantraha Sji. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smrit Padrikaksham Sabahya Bhyantraha Sji. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smrit Padrikaksham Sabahya Bhyantraha Sji. Release the arms and let's begin. Let's start off with spiritual breathing to establish a deeper connection with the divine essence within. Bring the arms up, the palms facing slightly up. From the fingertips, inhale down into the spiritual heart located in the center of the chest. Down through the arms, right into that heart. Hold all the love in the heart, hold the breath. Exhale back out through the fingertips, just the breath. Inhale, imagine drawing the best universe down into the spiritual heart. Holding it all in the heart, suspend the breath, all the attention there. Exhale again, just the breath out through the arms. All that you pulled in stays in. Last time, inhale, feel like you're a magnet, pulling everything that you need into the heart. Holding it in the heart, hold the breath. Exhale out through the fingertips, out through the arms, just the breath. And release. Bring the arms back down. Let's continue with the exercises to prepare the body for the practice. So start to watch the body moving by itself. Roll ahead in circles. Try to make the circles as large as possible so that the ears can almost touch the shoulders. The chin right on the chest, the back of the head to the top of the back. And then switch the direction of rotation. Good. Bring the arms forward in front of the body and circle them in opposite directions. And then back in front and switch directions. And release. Take the arms up over the head. Inhale, exhale. Toss the body down. Nice easy swings. Feel like a rag doll as you drop. And last time, just stay hanging there. Lullaby, stop bouncing. And then roll your way up. Take hold of the opposite elbows over the head. Squeeze the arms to the ears. Go from side to side. Stretching the side body. And then forward, back. And then little circles, just the head and the shoulders to start. And then we start to feel more pliable. Bring the chest and the upper back into the movement. And finally, the whole torso turns, hinging at the hips. Coming all the way around in a big circle. And then coming back up, and then switch the direction of rotation. Starting again, small, the head and the shoulders. And then incorporating the upper back and the chest. And And then eventually the whole torso circles. And then coming back up. Good. Release the arms. Next one, lion's breath. So we're making a fierce face with big eyes and the tongue hanging out of the mouth. Imagine you're pouncing as you squat. Back up. Shake out the wrists as fast as you can. Loosen up the wrist completely by moving the fingers very, very rapidly. And then up and down. And then just allow the arms to drop by the sides of the body and then just swing. Try to use the arms to pull yourself as far over as possible in a twist. And release. Slowing it down. Coming back to stillness. Bring the arms out to the side. If you need, you can hold on to something with your left hand and swing the right leg up and back and forth. See if you can hit the shoulder, touch the shoulder with your knee. Whoops, sorry. And back. And then the other leg. Release. One last one. Bring the arms up over the head. Turn the palms up. Lift up off the heels. Back down on the heels. Lift the toes. Rock back and then come forward on the roots of your toes and back. Tuck the tail under and reach up. Pull the navel up and in. Hollow it out and up. Back down. One last time. Up and back down. Lower the toes and lower the arms. Come to the top of the mat. Surya Namaskar. Bring the hands up from the heart. Close the eyes. Remember, better than practice and even better than knowledge, better than knowledge and better than meditation is to renounce all the fruits of the practice. Dedicate them to someone you love. Dedicate them to God, and then they go out to all beings. For that is a common thread that ties us all together. So imagine moving in time in sync with all humanity to come into harmony. Raise your arms up over the head. Come down, hands to the ground. Bend the knees if you need to. Bring your hands flat on the ground. Right foot back into a lunge. Lower the seat, knee down. Come into plank. Bring the knees down, the seat all the way back behind the heels. Pull the arms, slide the elbows out to the side to help you to come forward into Cobra. All the way back, seat behind the heels. Again, glide forward, come up smoothly. One last time, the seat all the way back. Brush the nose to the ground as you come forward into Cobra. Pull the shoulders back. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat up and back. Then the right foot steps forward to the hands. If it's difficult, bring the knee down. The foot doesn't make it all the way, just use your right hand to assist. Move according to your condition. Bring the feet together, chest on the thighs, head down. Come all the way up to standing. Hands back to the heart. Reach up again. Stretch the whole front of the body. Come forward and down into a forward fold. Left foot back into a lunge. Sink down to the seat again. Come into high plank. Lower the knees, bring the seat all the way back. And glide again. Smoothly. Move fluidly like you see yourself moving in dreams. Come forward again. And back. One last time. Pull the body forward. Use your arms to propel yourself forward with more power and ease. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat up and back. Then the left foot steps forward to the hands. Feet come together, chest on the thighs, head down. And then up into Hasta Uttanasana, hips forward. Hands back to the heart. Engage the buttocks, squeeze the shoulder blades together, hold the breath a little bit if you need to come back into back bend, and then come forward and down into Uttanasana. Right foot back into a lunge. Into plank. Knees, chest, forehead down, Ashtanga Namaskara. Then glide forward into the cobra. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Feel as though you're doing a dance. Connect all the movements together. Seamless transitions. Feet together, body on the legs, head down. Come all the way up. Hands back to the heart. Breathe in a way that allows, move in a way that allows the breath to remain steady and even. A uniform flow of energy that allows you to move gracefully and fluidly. Left foot back into the plank. Down we go. Knees, chest, forehead down, and glide into your cobra. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot steps between the hands. Feet together. Reflects humbleness, surrender, and devotion in every movement. And then come back. Adding on that, reach the arms up over the head. Come forward and down. Bend your knees. You can bring your chest on your thighs. Join the hands behind the back. Pull the head and the chest forward, and then use the body to push the legs further back as much as you can. The arms come over the head. Uttanasana. Bring the hands down now. Step the right foot back. Lower the back knee down. Sink down to the seat. Crescent moon. Reach the arms up. Visualize the crescent moon in your mind. Make the shape with your body. And then bring the hands down. Step into plank. Lower down, Ashtanga Namaskara. Right into Cobra. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat up and back. Right foot steps forward to the hands, back knee down, sink down to the seat. Reach the arms up again. Find that nice curvature in your body. No wrinkles in the lower back or the back of the neck. Create space and length. And then bring the hands back down. Step the feet back together. Land your chest on the thighs. Join the hands behind the back. Extend and then fold forward. Fold the body in half. Release, come all the way up. Hasta Uttanasana, and then back home. And again, reach the arms up and back. Go down, lose yourself in the sensations. Chest on the thighs, join the hands, extend, and then bow down. Gesture of humbleness. Release the hands, left foot back. Lower the knee down, flatten at the toes. Reach the arms up and back. And right back down. Into the plank. Lower. And come forward and through Adho Mukha Bhujangasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat up and back. Left foot steps forward, back knee down. Reach up and back. Bring the hands down. Step the feet back together, chest on the thighs, head down. Bowing humbly. All the way up. And then hands back to the heart. One more variation. Reach up and back, stretch the whole front of the body. Feel as though you're limitless in your range of motion. Come up halfway, shoulders over the fingertips, press into your hands. And see if you can glide back into chaturanga or walk back, hovering just above the ground. And then you pull forward into upward facing dog. You can come onto the bend the toes under if you like. And here, just push the hips between your hands a little bit more. Pulse. Try to get your chest forward, your shoulders back. Make sure you're not jamming up the neck. Now push into your toes and pull a hinge the seat up and back. Here, just again, bounce through the chest, pulsing a little bit, trying to open up the shoulders. If you can, tap the top of the head to the ground. Make like a dog stretching its back. And then lift the heels, bend the knees. Bring your feet forward, hopping or walking. Pull the body down onto the legs, Uttanasana. Come all the way up to standing. Reach up and back. And bring the hands back. Again, arch back as you see fit. According to your condition. Pull the body down onto the legs. Lift the chest, bring the shoulders forward over the fingertips. Push firmly into the ground. And bend your elbows as you come back into chaturanga, hopping or walking, if you prefer. Up into upward facing dog. Now feel like a dog howling at the moon. Pull your chest forward, so your chest is in front of your arms. Bring your head back. Feel like you're howling at the moon. Now, engage your core, come back into downward facing dog. Take your seats back, then exhale, soften the line back. Just allow the heart to sink towards the ground, so arms to flatten a little bit. Belly, however, stays close to thighs, the seat is high. Make like a dog stretching its back. Exhibit the loyalty of the dog to its master. And then lift the heels, bend the knees, look between your hands, and land your feet there and lightly as possible. Pull the body down onto the legs, come all the way up to standing. And then bring the hands back to the heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let go of all expectations, all attachments to results. Keep on imagining, keep on trying to cultivate lots of space in your physical practice. Lots of space in your receptiveness. Release the arms. Good. So in truth, our nature is boundless and limitless. So let's start off with some standing poses. So let's start off with tree pose. You can either start with your foot. Right foot comes up either on the inseam of the leg somewhere, just perhaps not against the knee. If you're having trouble balancing, keep it on the ground. If you have a lotus, you can bring it into your lotus. Push the foot against the against the hip crease. If you can bring your both hands to the heart, go ahead. You can keep holding onto the foot if you need to. And then bring the arms up over the head. Pull the navel up and in. Gaze up if you have the balance to do so. Express again devotion and love in everything that you do. Everything is meant as an offering. And then the practice becomes even more meaningful and powerful. Now from here, keep your left arm up. Take your foot. Take hold of the heel if you can from the inside. And if you can, extend the leg. So you want to have your toes and your fingers on the same line. So if you have to bring if you're not quite flexible, you can do this. Oops, I lost it here. If you're more flexible, bring your foot up higher. Lean a little bit to the left. You can also keep your knee bent and hold the knee if this is where you're at today. Remember, just do your best. That's the effort that counts the most. Good. Now from here, carefully release the foot so it doesn't drop down heavily. We're going to go right into gliding eagle. So keep standing strong on the left foot. Come down. Bring your belly towards the thigh, the head towards about the height of the knee. Imagine you're soaring through the air like an eagle. Press into your left foot and come back up. And then just close your eyes for a moment. Just visualize yourself doing the whole sequence with complete ease. And see if your body will realize that. If it doesn't, don't worry about it, just do your best. And your left foot comes up now into your tree pose, whichever variation you like. And then come up. Do the same variation that you did. I'll just do this one just to show. And reach the arms up. Be solid, steady, always reaching for the sun. Release the right hand, the left hand, bring it down to the foot. Take it from the inside of the heel, and then bring the leg up to the side. Try to get your legs straight, your fingers on the same line as the toes. Again, if you're more flexible, bring your leg up higher by leaning a little bit to the right. Good. Then from here, engage the leg muscles so it doesn't come flying down fast. So you can move with control into the next one. Eagle, gliding eagle. Spread your wings. Just really try to imagine yourself in the body of what you're representing. Embody all the virtues, copying them physically, if you can. Then press into your right foot and come back up. Good. All right, so now we're going to move into more postures and sequences. Bring your feet together, your index fingers and your middle fingers touching, just on the same height of the elbows. And then jump your feet apart. Go to the left, Virabhadrasana 2. Now sink as low as you can, lean forward a little bit, to give it a sense of direction. It's like leaders and warriors, always in a position where they lead their people, they have to appear confident. Sink down low if you can, lower. Then from here, take your left hand down if you can, fingertips to the ground on the outside of the foot, push the right knee and the right knee into the right, inside the right shoulder, sorry, not the right knee, the left knee to the left shoulder. Right arm goes over the head. Then from here, if it's too much, you can just bring your forearm onto your thigh. Then reach around, take the right hand around the back, press into your thigh. If you feel comfortable, press the front leg straight. Bring the right shoulder back, more like Trikonasana now. And your fingertips could be on the ground beside the foot. If you had the hand on the ground. Now into a balanced pose here. So bend the front knee, slide the right foot in, left hand walks forward a little bit. Ardha Chandrasana. And keep the bind if you like, with your hand on your thigh, or bend your knee and take hold of the foot. Push it away from your seat. Look over your right shoulder. Good. If you have good balance, you can look down in front, keep your left hip high, and take your left hand to your heart. Release, left hand down, right foot down. Turn forward, keep the shoulders forward, lower the back knee down, flatten at the toe. Kapiyasana. You can prepare by just bring your hands to the front knee, lift the body up out of the hips, belly button comes forward, the shoulders come back, open up, and the chest comes up. Drop the head back. An expression of surrender. Then when you can, bring the arms up, join hands together in Kali Mudra. Imagine the index fingers going over the back toe. Keep the arms close to the head, keep them elbows from bending if you can. build your good balance and have the flexibility. Keep your seat all the way forward. Bring the back foot up, bring the head back. Maybe the foot will find the head. If you're having trouble balancing, you can just take your fingertips to the ground. Again, these are all options. Break the pose. Bring the back foot down, the heels up. Lift up a little bit higher. Bring the left foot in, bend the toes under. Parivita Parsvakonasana. Let's do it this way. Raise the right arm up. We start with another pose to prepare. Take the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Lean back. You can keep your hand on the seat and push into seat and then look over your left shoulder. If you can, you can lean back a little bit so you can take your hand to the outside of the back heel. Keep your body upright. Open up the chest to the left. With each inhale, keep rising up out of the hips. Keep pushing against the outside of the right knee. You may stay here or go into Parivita Parsvakonasana now. So you come back, right arm comes up, elbow to the outside of the left knee. Shoulder comes right against the leg, hands together in Anjali Mudra, or left hand, it forms a fist and pushes into the right hand. Now turn left shoulder all the way back. Other option, you can either take the knee up here and stay here, or if you can, if your elbow's below the knee, in the space below the knee, you can use your left hand to guide the hand through. Take your left arm over the back and hold the left hand from underneath with your right hand. Pull the left shoulder back all the way. Good. Press back to the heel. Turn your chest all the way up. Try to get your left shoulder at the same height as the right. Come back into Warrior Two. Sink down through the seat. Bring your hands together behind the back. Humble Warrior. Pull the hands down. Bring the head all the way back. And dive down. Go to the right a little bit so you can get your shoulder to just come sliding down the inside of the left knee. If your seat is low, about the height of the knee, you might more easily get your head to the ground. If it's too much, lower your back knee down like so. So do according again to your condition. Now release the arms back down onto the back. Place your hands on the ground on the inside of the foot. Left foot walks out a little bit to the left and then just rock back and forth, pushing out the roots of the toes. Trying to lower your hips and then bring the right knee down, toes flat, and just sink the right hip down towards the ground. So you want to get this sensation that you're doing a cobra. Pull the chest forward and up, hips are down, right hip. Then if your shoulder is about the same height as the knee, you can bring the right form down by rolling to the right perhaps, back to the left, and see if you can get your left forearm down. If you're very flexible, you might be able to bring your whole chest on the ground. Other variations that you know, go ahead for advanced practitioners. If you want to take a bind, left arm can slip underneath the knee and right against the body inside of the knee and then of the thigh, and then the right hand comes over the back and you join the hands. Keep your gaze fixed like a lizard that doesn't blink. Remember, imitate the form, think I am you, you are me. And then release. Come back onto your hands. Hinge the hips back. Walk the foot a little bit further forward and into Ardha Hanumanasana. Pull the left hip back and just try to bring your belly onto your thigh. With each inhale, try to telescope the chest forward, so you're trying to get the chest beyond the knee. Exhale, melt the body down on the leg. From here, push into your hands, and from here, slide into pigeon. So move the foot to the right and bring your knee down. If you can, your heel and your knee are on the same line. If it's too much for your hip, you just pull the left foot in towards the right hip. Okay, so across a little bit more angled. And just try to shift a little bit more weight towards the right side so that you're not all the weight's on the left side. Try to even it out. And here, just come into upright pigeon. Sit up tall, bring your chest up and head back. Get length in the front of the body first, and then start to make your way down. So you can push your foot, right hand against the foot, and then you slide your left hand out just in front of the left knee. Then just relax the right arm, try to get your chest on the front thigh. Front shin. You can allow the other arm to join it. Surrender to the sensations. Imagine you're transmitting all the sensations to all beings everywhere. Make them practice as beneficial as possible. Send love into all areas of the body, of your body and all bodies. And then we're going to come back here. All right, so now we're going to pick up the left knee, walk the foot a little bit more in front of the chest, Hanumanasana. So you try to sink your seat forward like you're doing a lunge and start to slide your left heel forward. It sometimes helps to have the foot beyond the edge of the mat. Have your hands on either side of the hips so that you don't go too forward. Okay, stay more upright. If you have the full pose, and your hips, seat is down, your legs are straight and flat on the ground, you can take the arms up. Think of Hanuman, the embodiment of courage and devotion reflected in your asana. If you know the variations, advanced practitioners, go ahead. If you want to try to bring your back foot up to the head, if you know that one, go ahead. Use your imagination to find beautiful forms. Okay, now from here, so you can come forward. So bring your hands to the inside the front leg and reach forward. If this is too much, you can come more into a lizard pose. So you bring your knee up a little bit. Bit by bit, you slide your foot forward. Keep your hips flat, and then you can bring your hands down. So it looks a lot like lizard, except it's a little more stretched out. If you're more flexible, you can bring your left arm underneath your left leg and onto your back. If you can, you slide your left foot out. And you join your hands over the back. Try not to tip too much to one side. Keep both front shoulders pressing down. Release. Take your left arm out from underneath, those binding. And from here, so this is a variation for those who are pretty flexible, who know the practice. You want to push the right hand to the mat, push, drag the left foot back so you can take it if you need, so you can reach the big toe with your index finger and your thumb, you bind it, you come right up into Vasisthasana if you have the reach and the flexibility. So if that's not possible, you can just pull the left foot back as much as you need to. And come even into modified side plank. And then up into full side plank, and then just make your way to the pose or your variation, however you feel is suitable for you. Keep your hips high, make sure you don't drop into your shoulder, keep your arm fully extended. Return. Okay, house facing right, so you take your left foot forward, back between your hands, and then you bring your hands between your feet, facing the long edge of the mat. Come upright again. And then go to the right. Virabhadrasana 2. Again, sink down nice and low. Be mighty and strong like the warrior. You can either take this one version for Parsvakonasana, draw the left shoulder back, open up your chest, keep your neck long, or if you can, bring your hand or your fingertips down to the ground on the outside of the right foot. Push your knee into the shoulder and vice versa. From here, take your left hand around the back, slip your hand into the inner thigh at the hip, press into your right foot, come into a little bit of Trikonasana variation. Pull the left hip back, keep the side body long and free of wrinkles if you can. Then bend the front knee again. Slide your left foot in as much as you need to. Right hand slips forward, about a foot in front of the front foot, and then raise the left leg up. Ardha Chandrasana. Keep your bind if you can, left shoulder back. Raise the foot up higher if you can. And from here you can take the bind, bend the knee, and just take your foot with your left hand. So we're close to the seat. Your hand is right there, perhaps. Open up a little bit more. Left shoulder goes back. Alternatively, you can look down, keep the right leg strong, the right hip up, and see if you can keep your gaze steady, and take your right hand to the heart. Oops. Release the hand down, and step the right foot back, left foot back down into Virabhadrasana 2. Turn forward, back knee down. Kapiyasana, sink down through the seat. And then you can bring your hands onto the knee. Prepare, drop your seat right close to the front heel. Bring your head all the way back. And then you can bring your arms up over the head for Kapiyasana. Think of a crescent moon shape, radiate your light through the pose. You want to get fancier, you can see if you can pick up the back foot. Bring your head back. See if the foot will touch the head. You have to imagine you're squeezing a sock behind your knee. You can bring your hands down alongside the hips if you're having trouble balancing. Bring the left foot back down. Push into the front knee to come more upright. Power your feet to Parsvakonasana. Bend the toes under on the back foot. Starting off with the more simple twist. Left arm up, take the hand to the outside of the right knee, lean back,
You can push, keep your hand on the seat, pull down and press in at the same time. Move the right shoulder back, or if you lean back far enough, you might be able to get your hand to the outside of the back heel. Push the chest forward and up, even as you lean back. Feel free to stay here, or
Bow your feet to Parsvakonasana. Left arm comes up, go to the outside of the leg. Now you want to push the right hand to the bottom left hand, pull the body up so the belly's higher than the thigh. So the center of the chest comes more to the thumbs, and then roll the right shoulder all the way back. Face and chest are turned upwards, so you're lying on your back. If you want, you can use the right hand to guide the left arm through, push into the elbow, and then you join your hands underneath your belly. Raise the back knee up. Push through the back heel, keep the back leg active. Make your way back. Virabhadrasana 2. Again, get your hips nice and low so that you are in a good position for the next pose, Humble Warrior. Take your hands behind the back, pull the hands down, bring the head back. Dive to the left a little bit. See if you can get your head to the ground beside the right foot. Feel free to lower the knee down on the back leg. Exhibit humbleness, surrender. Bring your hands back down onto the back, and then down onto the ground in front, on the inside of the right foot. Move the right foot out a little bit. Push back and forth off the roots of the toes. And push back one last time through the left heel, lower the knee. Again, sink down through the hips. Feel as though you had weights in your hip pockets. It should feel like a cobra pose here. Pull the chest forward. Keep the legs in your body as you move, perhaps, if you can, onto your left forearm. Roll to the left a little bit. And then roll to the right. See if the right shoulder comes down. If you can come flat on your chest. Keep imagining there's a big weight resting right on top of your seat. Eventually the rest of the body, the chest, the top part of the body may follow. And then you can take other variations as you know them. Pose, come back onto the hands. And from here, Ardha Hanumanasana. Pull the hip back, move the foot a little, center a little bit more in front, and bow to the leg. The hip, left hip over the left knee. You can come right down onto forms if you have the flexibility. Imagine getting your chest to move beyond the knee. Press into your hands. Come into pigeon. So move your right foot to the left. Bring the knee down. And if you can get your heel again on the same line as the knee, then you can stay in this position and do so. Otherwise, if you need, ankle your leg a little bit more so the heel comes towards the hip, left hip. Again, just try to shift a little bit more weight into your left hip so the front of the left hip comes down. You want to have both hips even as possible. Now lengthen through the front of the body, stretch from the toes all the way up to the chin. And then start to come forward. Push the left hand into your left foot. See if you can land your chest on your front leg. Slide your right arm out in front of the right knee. And then perhaps the left arm can join it. Extend further with each inhale. Exhale, keep on grounding down through the hips. And slowly make your way back up. From here, press into your hands, bring the right knee up, and work towards Hanumanasana. Bend the toes under on the back foot. You can scooch forward so that when your foot slides forward, it's up off the mat, so it will slide a little bit more easily. And then hinge your hips forward like you're doing a lunge, Anjali-asana, and see if you can come into your full Hanumanasana. So if you need to stay higher, of course, you do according to your condition. Pulse a little bit, pull the heels towards another. As you inhale, engage the legs, exhale, yield a little bit more, slide a little bit, the feet out a little bit further in opposite directions. And then come into your pose. If you're flat on your seat and your legs are straight, then you can bring your arms up. And if you have other variations, go ahead. Just stay in the consciousness of the pose. Explore the consciousness, which is devotion, courage. Release. And then we're going to come forward now. So if you need to make adjustments, you can come into that lizard type of pose. You just, it's like lizard, but you push your foot a little bit further forward as much as you can. You just try to sink down the body towards the ground. Otherwise, if you have Hanumanasana, you can bring your arms either straight out in front, allow your belly and your chest on the ground, knee inside the leg. Or you can slide your right foot in a little bit so the knee comes up off the ground. You can slip your right arm underneath and take your bind over your back. Try to make sure, again, both sides hips are even, both fronts of the shoulders are down. Don't go to the place of anxiety and pain. Remember that all beings are experiencing this through your body, so this is not what you want to transmit. Pain and suffering. Again, ready to release the pose. So again, you can make your way to Vasisthasana. If you are able, body more seasoned, take hold of lock your 2-piece fingers and your thumb around the big toe. Drag the heel back, push into the base of your left toes and come right up into Vasisthasana. Or adjust as you need to. You just bring your leg in as much as you need to. You can come into modified side plank first, then fully into the Vasisthasana. And then just proceed into your variations. Moving mindfully. Return to downward facing dog with your right leg up, and then bring the right foot between your hands. And spin on your hands and the foot, toes facing along the edge of the mat. Come back up, arms out to the side, and come up. Okay, so from here, jump your feet back together. Arms by the sides of the body. Mountain pose. From the base of the spine, breathe up to the space, breathe up to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down to the base of the spine. Remain unshakable, unmovable. in your devotion to service to others, to serve others. And then come down onto your knees, Sukha Gomukhasana. Bring the right arm up. The elbows facing behind, so the elbows close to the ear, and then bring the hand down the center of the back. Use the left hand to guide the elbow higher and then push it further back behind the head. And then from here you can take your left hand up your back if you like, if you have the mobility in the shoulders, and take the bind. Push into the back of the heart. Lift the chest. As each inhale, pull yourself up a little bit higher out of the hips. Exhale. Pull on your hands, become further down the back. Drop the shoulders. Tuck your chin in, lower the right elbow down and release. And then try it with the other arm. Left arm comes up. Use the right hand to guide the elbow further back. Hand comes down the center of the back, and if you want, again, you can take your bind. Keep your chest lifted. When you exhale and drop your shoulders, make sure you don't drop your body back into your hips. Stay upright and tall through the spine. And release. Headstands. So if you know what you're doing, go ahead. If you need some assistance to other suggestions, if you don't want your feet to leave the ground at all, and you're very new at inversions, you can just keep your forehead on the ground, close to the knees, hands beside your feet, and lift up your seat until you roll on top of the head. If you feel comfortable, roll more on the back of the head to stretch the back of the neck. Too uncomfortable, just move your head out a little bit further. So when your seat comes up, you're not so much you're more on the top of the head. Round your back, widen your upper back. Imagine trying to push the heart right up between your shoulder blades. Feel more comfortable, you can take your hands on the ground beside heels, your palms in line with your knees. Lift up your knees and then walk forward until you can press just underneath the knees to the elbows. And from here, just keep pressing into your hands and the feet, and then just flick your toes up, and then you're up. You're in an arm balance, and you're in a version of headstand. Eventually you can move your feet up and slide your knees in a little bit closer to the upper arm, to the shoulders. You can always stay in teddy bear like this. Close to the ground so that you can always bring your toes down easily. Those of you who are in headstands, find your way into lotus if you can, to make an even more powerful pose. Keep your attention on the space between the eyebrows. The seat of divine perception. If you want, you can try to come into finger stand if you're in tripod headstand. And see if you can lift up one finger at a time until you're just almost all the weight's on your head. You can lift right up on the index finger. You can also keep one hand firmly planted and just see if you can lift one hand up off the ground every once in a while. So just practice coming up off the ground, bring your hips back a little bit. Okay, you can split your legs, it's a little bit easier. So come more in the middle of the head. Just give it a try. If you feel comfortable. If you don't, then just stay where you're at, where you find steadiness. Now come back down. Relax in child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Roll your way up. Find your way onto your back for Shavasana. Bring your legs in front. Bring your legs down. Lie in Shavasana for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Remove all fatigue. Let all the effort drop out of the body so you can recharge. And now when you're ready, bring your legs up. Press your arms on into the ground like this side of the body. If you can get your seat up high enough to bring your hands to the back, then you can come into shoulder stand. Keep pushing your hips forward. Try to get your elbows close to one another behind the back. Other variations or modifications, keep your knees close to your head if you need to, or just don't come down up as high. You can even just rest, sit on your hands. Hands, palms flat on the ground and your legs straight up. Otherwise, if you have a lotus, go ahead into your lotus. You can also bring your thighs to your hands to your thighs if you're right on top of your shoulders. Gaze inwards. Keep your attention on the space between the eyebrows. Coming to Pindasana if you have a lotus, or Karnapidasana, or cloud pose. Karnapidasana is simply when you are in cloud pose, and then you just bring the thighs against the body and bring your knees against the head, against the ears. Nothing to do, nowhere to go but deeper within. From here we're coming down into fish. If you have a lotus, keep your lotus. Try to come down smoothly, no jerky movements, no fast hard landings. If you're in lotus, when your seat is back down on the ground, your knees as well. Press into your elbows, lift your chest, bring your head back. Place the top of the head on the ground and see if you can hold your feet. And try to keep your elbows and your knees on the ground. So you have to get your chest up and your head closer to the seat. Otherwise, you do your regular fish with your legs extended, your hands underneath the seat, palms down. Push your chest up. Top of the head is on the ground, but most of the weight's on the forearms and the seat and the legs. Breathe very fast. If you want, raise your legs up halfway if your legs are extended. Lower the legs down. Come out of the pose. Breathe in, breathe out, soften everything. Let's come right into Urdhva Dhanurasana from here. Slide your feet in And let's start in bridge pose. So bring your hands again alongside the body, lift your hips, and then just when your hips are up, move your arms underneath your body. You can join your hands and you can stay here if you like, if this is where you're at. This is where your edge is. Otherwise, you can take your fingertips on either side of the head, fingers slightly turned outwards, push into your fingertips and slide your head back, turn the top of the head. Turn your hands around, fingers facing towards the feet. Take a half breath in and come up into Urdhva Dhanurasana. If you can lift up off your heels if you like, stretch, push your chest forward, rock back and forth. Do whatever you like here. If you know other variations, explore them. Okay. You can even practice coming to downward facing dog from here. So come up with one hand, come into downward facing dog, and then just back into Urdhva Dhanurasana. So slide one hand towards the other, spin on your feet, spin on the heel of your palms so your fingers are facing towards the center of the mat, back into Urdhva Dhanurasana, and keep on going this way if you like. Keep your hips up and your arms extended. So if you have any shoulder mobility issues, and maybe not the thing for you, but just explore different ways of moving. And then come back to Urdhva Dhanurasana again. Stretch as much as you can. From the feet all the way to the hands, a nice uniform curve. And then lower down. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Arms over the head, sit up. Let's do Paschimottanasana first. Make sure your seat is firmly grounded. Raise your arms up, hinge forward, land your belly on your thighs. Take hold of the ankles or the heels. Pull yourself forward. If you're very tight in the hamstrings, you can bend your knees and just hug your body to the legs. Just concentrate on trying to get your chest forward as though you're trying to get beyond your knees. Just like we did in the standing forward bend. Take your attention to the base of the spine. Imagine trying to touch the front of your feet with your head. And coming up, Purvottanasana. Hands behind your back, slide your knee heels in a little bit, and then throw your hips up. Roll the thighs towards another so you can get your toes to come onto the ground. Try to have your chest higher than your shoulders. Bring your head back. If it's too much, pull your heels in underneath your knees for bench pose. And Bhastrika breath. Here, hug the legs to the body, breathe in. If you don't have any high blood pressure or glaucoma issues or anything like that, hold the breath. Contract the root muscles, pull them up towards the navel. Keep the chest high and the chin presses right against it. All the attention with the space between the eyebrows. Release slowly. Left leg extends forward. Right foot on the outside of the knee. So the foot is somewhere between the ankle and the knee. Right hand behind the back. Left arm up. reach up and then turn towards the right. Push against the thigh with the arm. Turn to look over your right shoulder. The hand is right against the seat. Try not to lean too far away, too far back. Now, option here to come into Circa Kundinasana. Place your hands down, and then from here lift up. Keep your your right leg on your left arm, and see if you can bring your right leg back. You can bring your right side head to the ground actually. Coming back down and switch legs. Right leg is out, left leg to the other, left foot to the other side of the right leg. Left arm up, right arm up, go to the left. Keep pushing out through the right heel. Make some effort in a twist. So it's not like this, you're just resting here. You're actively pushing against the thigh to get you deeper into twist. You're pushing against the thigh to get the knee to the left edge, the right edge of the body as you turn more to the left. You can stay here, or again, place your hands down. You have to slide your right foot in a little bit, lift up your seat, and then see if you can rest your left side head on the ground. Your left leg stays on the right arm, and if you can extend the right leg up and back. Back down. Now from here, just come back to seated position. Just stay for a moment sitting nice and tall and still. Close the eyes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Stay lifted through the heart. Just feel the tension and the fatigue just slowly dissipating. Let go of the tension, let go of the effort. Let's do Nadi Shodhana. It's like a calming type of breathing with no breath retention. So we're inhaling through the left, pausing in the middle by closing both sides of the nose. Exhale through the right, inhale back through the right. Just pause for a moment, close both sides before you open up and exhale to the left. That's one cycle. As you inhale, just imagine, visualize the breath moving down. Feel as though we're heavy. Pressing down, exhale, back up. Feel as though the breath were light, so it can drift back up. Okay, so you can just visualize these type of things to help you get more into, to help your concentration, to keep your mind focused. Left hand in Dhyana Mudra on your left knee. Right hand, second, third fingers fold down, turn a palm towards the body, towards the chest, and use your right thumb for the right nostril, right ring finger for the left nostril. I'll guide you through this for first, and then let you go on your own. Sitting up tall and straight. Exhale out of both nostrils completely. Empty the lungs. Now close off the right side. Inhale through the left. Remember, down. Close the left. Exhale right. Back up. Inhale right. Down. Close the right side, exhale left out. Visualize and feel the breath moving up and down through the body. Inhale down, left. Close the left, open right, exhale up. Inhale down through the same side. Close the right side, exhale left, back up. Inhale left, down. Exhale right, back up. Inhale down, right. Exhale, left. Continue on your own for a few cycles. Remember, the back has to remain straight. Keep visualizing the movement of the breath. Keep feeling the sensations as well. Breath moving down and then up the spine. Do one more cycle after your current one completes. You would be exhaling out of the left nostril to complete. And when you're ready, lie on your back. Prepare for Shavasana. Make your way down gently. Lie down. And we begin the process of integrating all the benefits into the body. Deep relaxation is one of the most effective ways for removing impurities. Now, prepare mentally by repeating the following sentence to yourself. I will remain awake and alert during the instructions. This is, after all, an active form of meditation. Starting to systematically relax the body on the left side. Bring your attention to the left hand and release all the muscles in the hand so it becomes completely relaxed, free of tension. The fingers droop, the back of the hand, the palm of the hand soften, and the wrist completely loose. And then start to move up your left arm, releasing all the muscles along the way, starting at the wrist, feeling as though you're liquefying those muscles. So there's no more tone in them, no more strength. They're just dead weight hanging off the bones. All the way up to the shoulder, the arm becomes like very heavy. The shoulder itself, the head of the shoulder, all the bones there, just resting heavily, keeping the arm in its place. No tension anywhere in the shoulder area or the collarbone. No tightness. Then start to bring your attention to relaxing the left side, the back. Just like ink colors the water when you inject a pen into the water. Feel that heaviness very much in the same way spread all the way down throughout the left side of the back. From the spine all the way to the left edge of the body. Just feel the whole left side of the back sinking down into the ground. Yielding to that feeling of heaviness. Moves all the way down, even into the lower back. And then makes its way into the seat. Think of the seat as a basin. Much of the weight from the back also ends up in there. And as a result, the seat becomes extremely heavy, along with the bones of the hip joint, which are heavy as lead. The seat just sinks deeply into the ground, just like an anchor sinks right to the bottom of the lake. And then bring your attention to the left leg. Relax all the muscles along the leg. Send a signal to just release all the muscles. So they too become very heavy as a result of not having any strength. So those muscles just feel like dead weight on the bones, and the leg just stays there immobilized, unable to move. And at the end of the leg is the ankle, just loose. Into the foot, suggest to it to relax. All the toes therefore droop, become limp. And the front of the foot, or the top of the foot, and the bottom and the heel all are soft. The foot just falls out to the left, dead-like. And we repeat on the other side now, with the whole left side of the body anchored down and still. Start again on the right side with the right hand. Bring now your attention to the right hand. Suggest to it to relax all the muscles throughout. So the fingers become loose and limp, flimsy. Back of the hand and the palm of the hand soft. All the tension removed, and the wrist loose as can be. And start to move your attention up to your arm, your right arm, and suggest to the muscles to just let go all the tension within. All the engagement just softens. The muscles become like jello, completely useless, and the arm becomes listless and just hangs there lifelessly. The shoulder is heavy. Head of the shoulder is just there to anchor, keep the right arm in place. It's completely relaxed. No discomfort, no tension. And then from there, make your way down the right side of the back. Start again to feel the whole back of the body becoming engulfed in that heaviness. Just spreads all the way throughout, from the middle of the back, the spine, to the outer right edge of the body, and just cause the whole body to sink. So the front of the body just cape right into the back and just cause it to just sink heavily. No need to resist it, just allow yourself to succumb to the heaviness as it moves all the way down the back of the left side, the right side of the back, until it reaches the seat. And And there, like a basin, it collects some of the heaviness that came from the top of the back. It just takes on some of that weight, and then it becomes heavy as well. The pelvis, the bones of the pelvis are extremely heavy. And then along with all the weight accumulated in its seat, everything just sinks again, deeper and deeper into the ground. Continue that along the right leg, starting at the top of the leg, relaxing all the muscles, all the way down to the ankle. Feel those muscles disengaged, becoming lifeless and listless, just hanging off the bones. Completely inactive. And at the ankle, send a signal to the foot, the right foot to relax also. All the toes just droop, become limp. Bottom of the foot, top of the foot, the heel, they all become soft. From the head, neck down, everything's still. So, in terms of the arms and legs, they're anchored down. Find even more stillness by bringing your attention inward to the trunk of the body where all the organs sit. And send command out to all of those organs, the lungs, the heart, kidneys, liver, pancreas, etc., the stomach, to just slow down, cease all their functions. So even the fluid within the body circulates through the veins, the blood, everything just remains stagnant where it is, sitting in the veins, not doing anything. Imagine the body just being so still, it's almost like a corpse. The head is also heavy, resting on the ground. The face shows no signs of being burdened by the heaviness. In fact, it is completely calm. No signs of tension or strain anywhere. The eyes are soft, the forehead is without frown lines or tension lines, the mouth is soft, the jaw is relaxed, and so is the throat. And then there's an expression of complete, utter peacefulness because within the brain it's just come into a quiet state as well. So quiet, in fact, since it doesn't need to occupy itself with the workings of the body, that all the activity in the mind also ceases. The mind and the body, so still, they deliver no sensations whatsoever, just like a corpse. So then you just lose all awareness and the consciousness altogether of the body and mind. And just imagine again you're the witness, watching the body and the mind, without any attachment to it, without any concern, just looking at it as though looking through the eyes of God, for in fact we are established in God and in God's divinity. And if you take a farther look, you see all the beings around. You see all the beings equally. You see no separation. In fact, they all sort of fade into each other because we're all the same. We are not the body nor the mind. Our true nature is not physical at all. It's not material. Our true nature is love and truth, potential, compassion, and wisdom. Just look at all those beings as though they were all the same, for we all are. We're all part of that greater energy that prevails everywhere, the divine energy. Just like the sun shines upon everything, a rock and a piece of gold or diamond, exactly the same, with exactly the same brilliance, no discrimination whatsoever. And so, in the same way, we strive to see all beings as equal, as the same, as just the many different ways that God manifests. So now, ingrain that in your mind and your heart by saying to yourself the following intention, the following sentence 3 times. I am one with God and with all beings. It's that simple. Remind yourself every day so you stay in a place of compassion, non-judgment, and love. Now prepare to come back into the body so you can carry out this, exercise this intention in your day-to-day lives. Also off the mat, every bit as much off the mat as on the mat. Prepare lovingly and gently to come back to seated position. Move in a way that is gentle, that allows you to preserve the serenity that we created through the practice. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace within. Namaste. Thank you so very much for coming today. And next week, there is no class. I'll be on vacation, and I don't think I'll be in a place that will have the ability for me to run a class easily without disturbing people. I'm going to be in a hotel, and it's going to be, my family's with me, so I won't be able to find a room to do so. But I'll see you the week after, and if there is a possibility of running it, I will let you know for sure the day before, once I check out my surroundings. Have a wonderful week, a wonderful Canada Day, and love to you all.